What's up guys, Steve Craig Retro Games back with another video, and if you can see, my shelf is a little bit a wreck because I've been pulling games off to show you guys 10 Xbox 360 games you need to be on the lookout for right now, as Xbox 360 prices are going through the roof all of a sudden. Xbox 360 is going through its phase now where people are starting to pick up a lot of these lesser known games and the prices are shooting up. So I wanted to bring 10 games to your attention. I've got more that I can show you guys. If you guys are interested, leave me a comment down below if you enjoyed this video and you want to see 10 more games. But I'm going to kind of stay away from some of the obvious ones like Silent Hill games and stuff like that. I will have one or two obvious ones in here, but the rest of them I just wanted to bring to your attention. So without wasting any more time, let's check these 10 games out. All right, guys, so we're going to go through these 10 games in no specific order. And the first one is Project Sylphid, Arc of Deception. This is a Square Enix game. This is a Star Fox-esque style space shooter. Great graphics, cool story, a lot of fun to play, and this one is still relatively cheap, but I think that it will end up going up pretty soon, and there are a lot of copies for this still available online. But if you are a fan of space shooters and Star Fox type games, this is a great one to pick up. Next is Akai Katana. This is a Rising Star game, and this is a shoot 'em up. This one was just recently, I believe at the end of last year, released on the Switch and probably the PlayStation systems as well. But I think that the original Xbox 360 version will increase over time. This is a bullet hell game, and it is beautiful. So this one's just kind of a shot in the dark, but shooters do have a tendency to shoot up in price, no pun intended. But definitely keep your eye out for this one. If you can get it for a good price, I think that this one will at some point go up in price. But this is also just a fantastic game. So this one's kind of obvious. That is Operation Darkness, Atlas game. But the reason why I point this one out is because all of a sudden, this game went from selling between 100 or 80 to 110 for a complete in-box copy to selling for around $250. So before everybody catches on to this game, I want to point it out. If you can still grab this for around that $100 mark, I highly suggest you pick this up if you are into tactical RPGs. This one is based on an alternate reality of World War II. And this one has like zombies and stuff in it. But yeah, this one is going for an absorbent amount of money now. So if you can still catch somebody slipping around that $100 mark, I would suggest grabbing this game. Next one is Bullet Witch. This is a game that gets a lot of mixed reviews. This is not a great game, but it is a fun game, and this one is starting to creep up as well, and I think it will continue to creep up as people just realize just how much stupid fun this game can be. This game, to be complete, should also come with a poster and stuff back behind it. But yeah, keep your eyes out for Bullet Witch. This is, like I said, it's just a stupidly fun game. You carry a freaking gun that's bigger than you are. Alright, the next game is Blur. This is, in my opinion, definitely one of the two best racers on the system, and this is already kind of an uncommon game. It's not one that you see out in the wild very often. But think Mario Kart mixed with a real style racing game, and this thing is just an absolute blast. This game is a ton of fun, and I think that this one will be a sought after game down the road. If you can't find Blur, I think a good substitute would be Split Second, and that's also one of the Blur and Split Second are my personal two favorite racers, even though you've got Need for Speed and a bunch of those games, which are great too. But I just like what Blur and Split Second did with the genre. So if you're a fan of racers, I definitely recommend you picking up Blur. And if you can't find this one, check out Split Second. They are both absolutely worth your time. Next one here is another shot in the dark, and that is Dragon's Dogma. And the reason why I say this is because the sequel just came out, and as we just saw what happened with Helldivers 2, the original Helldivers just went through the roof. So I don't know if that's going to happen with this one, but it is a Capcom game. It's a great game. They released 2 Dragon's Dogmas games for the 360, and I just think that this one has the potential to increase. I don't necessarily think this is going to be some highly expensive game, but I do see this possibly doubling in size over the course of the next month or two, which for this game isn't huge, but when a game, even at $10, doubles in price, that's and goes to 20, you think that's only $10. Yeah, but that's a 100% increase in price. So keep your eye out for Dragon's Dogma. If you see it, go ahead and pick it up because it could increase. Next game is Wet. This is a game that people are pretty well known with. It's a Bethesda game. It's a third-person shooter, and this is done in the Grindhouse style. It's got great music, great art style, great action, and you play as Ruby Malone. You're an assassin. It's got bullet slowdown. It's got all kinds of crazy action, and this one is also a little bit harder to come across, and people are realizing that, and this game has definitely increased in value over the last couple of months. So if you're into third-person action shooters and you like that Grindhouse style, definitely check out Wet. Next game is Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions. You guys pretty much know if it's a Spider-Man game and it's not based off of a movie, it's probably a pricey game. You've got Shattered Dimensions, you've got Web of Shadows, you've got Friends or Foe, although Friends or Foe is a little bit on the cheaper side. It's around 30 to 40 bucks. But this game has started increasing recently as well. It's a great game where you get to play as different Spider-Men from 2099, The Amazing Spider-Man, Ultimate Spider-Man, and my favorite, Noir Spider-Man, which is the old black and white style from the 20s. And just a really fun game. And yeah, if you guys are fans of Spider-Man games and not Spider-Man and Spider-Man 2 based off of the old movies, but any Spider-Man game that has a non-movie subtitle, pick it up. Next game is Fatal Inertia. This is a Koei Tecmo game. This game is, what's the game I'm trying to think of? Wipeout style game, Space Racer. And for some strange reason, this game has just shot through the freaking ceiling. Got my copy for $3, and it looks like nobody ever played it. When I picked my copy up a couple of years back, this is apparently an uncommon, at least, if not rare game. I guess just didn't sell very well. But copies of this game are now selling for between $150 to $200 for just a complete in-box copy. And there's currently a sealed copy on eBay right now with an asking price of $500. So if you see this game, you catch somebody slipping on this, and you can get this for cheap, pick this up because this is going up in price, and only time will tell how high this will go and if it will stay there. But this is a beautiful game and actually a really fun one as well. So if you're into Wipeout style games and you're willing to fork out the money, or you can find it for cheap, I recommend Fatal Inertia. And then the last game, guys, is Tornado Outbreak. This is a Konami title, and this is an uncommon, if not rare, I don't know if I'd call it rare, but it's definitely an uncommon 360 title. Beautiful art style. I mean, Konami can't really do too much wrong, but you are a tornado, and as you pick up items, you get stronger, and the stronger you get, the bigger items you can pick up. And think of it as a Katamari Damacy style game. A lot of fun. Not the type of game you see done very often. So it's definitely very unique in that respect. And I just love the character. Just a very, very cute game, a fun game, and highly recommend you picking this up. This has started to go up recently. For the longest time, it was hovering around 25 to 35, but it has, like I said, just recently started to go up in value, and you can't really go wrong with Konami. So if this sounds like something that's up your alley and you see it for a good price, I recommend picking this up, because, guys, you never know how high any of these are going to go. And obviously, I've got more games that I could present to look out for. But for right now, for this video, those are 10 games that you should keep your eyes out for in the wild, or if you see any of these games online that are included in a lot of other games, and you can get that whole lot for just what that one game is worth or less, I recommend you picking up that lot just for any of these. Plus, these are all just solid, fun titles, fun games to play. So those are 10 games to look out for, guys. Alright guys, well if you enjoyed the video and you're not yet a subscriber, think about hitting that subscribe button for me. And if you enjoy my content, you want to check out some old stuff because I haven't posted anything in a few months, you can go to my Instagram. That is Steve Craig Retro Games, same as it is down below. And of course, I am dropping at least one video every Friday. This is kind of a random one, so make sure you come back in a couple of days for a pretty awesome pickups video. It'll be small but mighty. Well, they're usually small but mighty when you're doing them every Friday. But let me know down below, guys, your thoughts on any of these games, and if you want to see 10 more games that you should be on the lookout for. But definitely, if you see any of these games in the wild for a decent price, jump on them, because these games are going up, guys. And like I said, we don't know how high they're going to go and if they're going to stay there and for how long they're going to stay there. So if you want to play any of these games, I would jump on it now, as you know, the online Xbox Live for the 360 is shutting down in 2 months, I believe. So, but with that being said, guys, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and thank you guys for the thumbs ups and everything else. It means the world to me. So again, make sure you come back this Friday for a small but mighty pickups video, guys. Until then, take care of yourselves out there and keep gaming.